What a nice touch. There was a similar message about sunflower at the beginning of the game. That's a really nice touch. Yeah. Okay, so I want to say that the game is definitely super fun. I don't know what the price point for this game is when it's not free, but I think it's fairly pricey. I might be mistaken, so let me just see how much how much it is. It's 20 bucks. So it's, I want to say it's probably like depends if you have a lot of money to spend on indie title or not. If you're the kind of person that wants to wait for stuff to go down in price because you're putting all your money towards the AAA titles, which are a lot more expensive, I would completely understand for this game because it's extremely short for the price point. It was definitely super fun, but and some of the puzzles were super awesome. The problem is like they introduce a new kind of puzzle, but you towards the end you only do one of those, or very few of those. Like a new way to solve a puzzle, like moving the perspective, the angle to go up the stairs at the end. That could have been an entire thing. An entire section of the game could have been just like perspective, like placing the thing in different angles and trying to figure out different things. There was also like I said, like just moving the thing around to move faster or closer to another objective. That could have been an entire section as well, and that was just one puzzle. There's a lot of those little things that I feel like the game could have benefited from more of those, like more puzzles. Like whenever there's a new kind of puzzle, like have a bunch of those, or play around with that new mechanic a lot more than just the once. However, it would have not benefited the story. The story was just the correct length. Like so either have more of those kind of like poem style or just description texts around when if you're adding puzzles, rather than the cutscenes with the love story, because we kind of the cutscenes with the love story with the voice actors, that I felt like that was kind of fine. The length was okay. So I don't know, man. It's a tough one. That's a tough one for me. I'd say like it's probably a solid like 7 or 8. I think that'd be that makes sense to me. Like out of 10, because the length was too short. The voice actors were great. I really believe that they were in love at the beginning. The only thing is the male voice actor is not as good as Bryce Dallas Howard is an actress, and it shows a lot. Like at the beginning of the game it's fine because they're both acting like they're in love with each other, and it's fine, and it shows, and you feel like they're in love, and it's amazing. But when they start like kind of getting angry with each other, the guy's voice still sounds in love a little bit, and whereas like, so Bryce Dallas Howard goes in like one direction, and he's kind of staying the same that he was at the beginning. Like he doesn't, like his emotions kind of stay the same, whereas hers go from like an entire range, and you can feel it in her voice. It's kind of hard to explain, but like if you pay attention, I wouldn't say it was distracting, but it's clearly like they're not the same caliber of acting, and that's fine. But they're not like, maybe his love is I mean, could be could be that his love is bigger. But yeah, like I feel like this game could have benefited from having like almost twice the puzzles, and some of them were super great, and it really made me feel clever when I figured out the puzzle. But some other ones were too easy. especially the beginning. And which is fine because it's the start of the game, but like there were a lot of easy puzzles at the beginning, and I feel like it really took things slow, and then towards like the mid game they started like introducing new kinds of puzzle one at a time, and it was just for one puzzle, and it was just kind of like moving almost at breakneck speed trying to get to the end, which is kind of odd. And the reason why I would say it's only a 7 or an 8 is because there were a lot of bugs. The controls might have seemed super awesome, but they were not. They were kind of odd, especially like sometimes like rotating the stuff above the like when I was trying to make the bridge, and I was rotating the two like puzzle pieces that had to rotate around between the little houses and stuff. Those, even if I was like super high from the maquette, if I tried to rotate it, it wouldn't rotate properly. It like almost as if the game thought that I was still hitting the houses even though I was like super high above the thing. And at the end you could see like there were no subtitles for some of the dialogue and that kind of stuff. And I feel like the game could have benefited from like another month, maybe 2 months of polish to try and fix like all the issues, especially stuff like the end of the game. It's literally, it's the golden path. Like there should not be no subtitles at the end. That's, I work in QA, like that's almost unforgivable, because it's what we call the golden path is like point A to the end, which is point B, like a straight line. That needs to be perfect. Like the stuff on the side, you know, it happens. You know, you miss some and you try to fix as much as you can, but like people will be people and they'll figure out things that you never thought were possible and they'll break the game. But like the fact that we reached the end and there's no subtitles, that's kind of, I don't know. It kind of screams like they lacked money or time, or something happened. I don't know. Maybe it broke as they patched some. Maybe it was there when the game released and they patched it in between now and then and it broke the subtitles. I don't know, but that's not super great. Dedication to mom and dad, Mike and Michael. This is the real people of the story did the voices, and he may well still be in love with her. I mean, the real people of the story did the voices, Mudge. That's the thing. It's an actual couple. So it's kind of interesting. So yeah, he's still in love with her, obviously, because he's, but I'm explaining poorly. What I mean is like he's playing big, like he's almost like overacting, whereas like she's just, oh, she's correct, she's doing it like the correct way, which felt that way to me, and it felt like he was kind of like a little too big in his acting. It was still like too, like he needed to kind of tone it down a little bit, because it like she was able to kind of detach herself from her real life situation, I feel like, and she was able to show a range of emotion, and I feel like he couldn't detach it himself from the feeling that he has, which is he's playing the character and he's talking to his actual real life wife. So you kind of, no, they're trained. No, they're, but I mean, they're super good actors. They're, I mean, him, I don't know. I haven't seen what he's into, but like her, she's the main actress in Jurassic World. She's in plenty of things. She was in, she directed an episode of The Mandalorian. She's a good actress. So yeah, they're might be not super used to VA work, but they're definitely actors. Yeah. Oh yeah, she is. Yeah. She definitely is. So yeah, I would say if you get the game for free on PS Plus and you missed part of the playthrough, and that way you're not spoiled for all the answers and you want to try the game for yourself, I would definitely say try it, because it's super fun. If you're more like, I don't have the disposable income because it's still $20 and you don't have a PS5, so you have to buy it full price, then I'd say wait maybe for a sale. Because $20 for like 3 to 4 hours is a bit much, maybe a little bit. I mean, at least in my opinion. So you could probably wait for like a 25% sale or something. Like that would make a lot more sense to me. But I'd definitely say, like, if you like kind of narrative driven story, with, you know, walking simulators and with like puzzle elements, that was super fun. That was a ton of fun. No, for sure, Mudge. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I feel like she was a good enough actress that she was able to detach herself more than what he was. He probably had a harder time, and to me, it showed a little bit in the way he was acting. But yeah, it still was super good. The story was amazing. I was into their love story. I actually got enthralled in it, and I wanted to see where it was going, and it made me legitimately sad when it was kind of ending. And in the beginning, I was super into it because they were really in love, and I felt it. So they did a great job. That was